Okay, now I'll go down on the scheduled public comments. Miss K.T. Brown spoke again about the children and the needs that are not being met with our children in Montgomery Public School System. We also heard from Miss Sandra Edwards. She's retired military. Education enhancement prospect proposal that she gave the board. Plenty of people spoke on the consolidation of Lanier and Carver and spoke very well. Beginning with Miss Larita Smith, she gave the board members a copy of the petition to stop the consolidation of Carver and Lanier merger with over 700 signatures from people in the community, alumni, and it was just a great petition to have and to give, and she does have a copy, several, because we know how things get lost. She then gave the remaining of her time to Karen Jones, me, in which I just read over their board policy about school board operations executive session, and which Mr. Spud Seals, who is the attorney for the Board of Education, the one who looks like Mr. Potato Head, Spud Seals, or I may just be relating the name Spud Potato. He said it's not right. Snatched it from me. It's not right. This is not right. Mr. Seals, I have you recorded. I'll see if it's right when I give it to Tommy Bice and contact some of the legislators who are on the education committee to see if the code of Alabama is wrong or if y'all board policy has not been updated. And if I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. I'm just saying y'all need to update your records on your MPS.K12.al.us website. You know, and that's what's on down the line. Why you hired Attorney Williams to rescind policies and take it out your board policy book, because the board is inundated. Board policy book is inundated with old board policies that are not in effect, and maybe this one, policy BCBK, is not in effect. However, Chapter 16 in the Code of Alabama with education, I believe it still stands. I may be wrong. I'm no attorney. At any rate, went on down to Mr. Ray Williams. He is Carver High School's PTA president, and he spoke so well. And Snarlin Snowden, board member Melissa Snowden. You know they're the Injustice League. I gave all of them names because they're cartoon characters. And Spud tried to tell a joke. Mr. Seals tried to tell a joke about the Skippy John Circus Contest Agreement. He said Skippy John Jones Circus. Spud, maybe that might need to be your job in the circus, because you're a clown. You're really a clown. And you can take the little, I don't like monkeys. Who else in circus? We'll call her the clown too. Both of y'all clowns can go in this Skippy John Circus Contest Agreement and perform that day. You and Mary. But anyway, they were just talking about Mr. Williams, how is the merger would be detrimental to students, faculty, and staff at Carver High School because it'll be overcrowded. They said they were going to build a new wing, but it still will be overcrowded. There's not enough books. It's just too much, and it shouldn't take place. And he's very concerned that violence would occur and different things of that nature in a negative manner if the merger between Carver and Lanier took place. Therefore, Ms. Snowden asked him, because he was talking about the teacher to student ratio and how the overcrowding would affect the teachers. So Ms. Snowden said that the student ratio at magnet schools is the same at public school. Have mercy, Jesus. Can somebody let her know they are not the same. Magnet schools and public schools do not have the same number of students because it's the application process they take. Maybe somebody didn't take her through the process to know this. Maybe so, but she's for that merger. So we you know. But Mr. Williams was telling her this is a 6A school, Carver is. And she was just telling him, yes it is, yes it is. You know, they don't want you to address them, but they love to ask questions. You can't question them down, but they can question you. And then when they're wrong or don't know the answer, they want to get these little attitudes and try to make people feel as if they don't know what they're speaking of, when in actuality, they don't know. The pros and cons regarding consolidation of Carver and Lanier expounded on a number of issues by Jessie L. Harris. And Miss Harris, she did a superb job, and then said that if they took Mr. Hall, our principal at Carver High School, to see what practices he is using to have those students doing what they're doing, being well behaved in assemblies and just all together. He is a great principal. He's not on the failing schools list. So whatever practices he's using, maybe they need to model it and have him to maybe do some professional development with other principals. I think that was very kind of her to speak those words of Mr. Hall. Hope they give him a raise, but you know how that goes. And the teachers at Carver, because they are doing a superb job, I must say. And not because I'm alumni, but really they are. Concerned parents speak up. Miss Caroline Brashear spoke. And she was just saying, don't get mad at the magnet school parents because they want to do this merger. And the magnet school children, as if the deal is done. Nobody is mad at magnet students nor the magnet parents. What we're mad at is the fact that our children, particularly black children in low-income areas, are often given the end scraps of any deal that MPS comes up with, and it's not fair. They're putting MTech at Parisian. You know, they have other facilities. What about Harrison School? They didn't sell that. Put the Magnus children over there. What's the problem? Y'all have a lot of empty buildings that you can use. But this has been in the plans for a long time, parents. If you look at the DeJong study, the Vision 2020 plan, I'm telling y'all, it's been in the works for years. And they're fulfilling what they want, to resegregate MPS. That is all to it. And if you don't stand up and let the superintendent and board members know that we're on to them. We don't want to resegregate our schools. We want quality education for all students and services provided for the special needs children that they should receive. That's what we want. And I'm not going to be combative against them because I don't have any children. But I will take a stand for those parents and students who may be afraid to speak in public, or who are often intimidated by our board members. So I'll be back with the rest of the board meeting. I don't want to give you too much to digest at one time, but that's the breakdown of the scheduled public comments thus far.